Welcome everybody to episode 70 of the North Star Podcast. Another milestone episode, and we're here, the big announcement at the brand new Fitness Lab location, guys, with one of the co-owners right here, the main man himself, Jeremy. And yeah, this episode is just going to be talking about, I guess, the journey, highlighting our new location and the story behind the journey. So, ready to dive deep?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So, as you guys know, big update. I want to talk about why the move happened now.
Well, we knew that like eventually we would have to move, but we just had an opportunity that came up, and with kind of lease stuff and switching, we wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to get to a bigger space. With the Abbotsford location being a lot bigger as well, it was harder to do the things we wanted to do in Mission. Especially only having 2,000 square feet before, where now we have 6,000. So it's obviously laid out very differently than the Abbotsford location when it comes down to how things are operated in the aspect of Abbotsford's one big kind of unit, where this one's two separate, but they're side by side. And then it's nice because we kind of have this space here, which is more of like the group fitness, personal training side. And then on the other side would be more like athletic development teams, things like that. And then, eventually just like being able to, of course, like build and grow with the community. I know there's a lot of development, housing development happening in Mission as well.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think that just being in this area is going to be really beneficial to us as well. And that way we can just push forward and keep growing. So.
And on the plus side, it's like super close. It's like it's like a 2-minute drive, which like I know that was one of my things, like a concern, I guess you could say, is like, oh, are we going to go move really far away? But no, we're basically still in the central area and just close to everything. And and some people actually might live closer here, so they might enjoy it. I have a lot of clients who live closer here. So
that actually it is, because a lot of people not a ton of people live. So obviously, if people don't know Mission, but it's like First Ave would be your kind of main like street where it's like downtown Mission, right? And then you don't have many people living from like, I would say, yes, you do have people obviously living from like First to about 7th, but I would say a lot of people are starting to move up higher into Mission. And that's where I see more development. Just like with this industrial area, this was a newer build, and then just across the street, there's a lot more housing and townhomes. And I think honestly, with the land that's higher up in Mission, they're just going to keep building. So, and there's not a lot up this way. Like when you think of it, there's no grocery stores.
Is the evening time too, trying to get here versus getting the stave with the school zone and everything. You don't rush into the workouts. The 5 o'clock ones, you're not trying to haul. And we have lots of parking here too, which is awesome. So for the guys who are interested in High Rocks, you got plenty of space to run outside.
High Rocks is going to be really cool here, just because we like plan to hopefully do like mini events too. I know Abbotsford's done that, where they've had, kind of mock events where we would want to do something similar, where we can have it where we have the setup for it. Now we have like 3 of everything. So we have like 3 ski ergs, we have 3 treadmills, 3 rowers, 3 air bikes. Like we have all the things that we need to.
Absolutely.
Right? So
And one thing that we chat about, I guess, off camera, that I think is really important, and as a trainer, and all the other trainers here could probably agree, is that what I really love about the change and the move is that not only is we're making a better environment for all the new clients that are going to be coming, for our clients here that have been training for this for however long, but also for the coaches. It gives the room for the clients to grow with the new equipment. We have the new squat racks where we have way more variety with the type of workouts we can actually do. So the quality increases. It also makes us, the trainers, a lot better. We're constantly growing. We have that guidance. So that whole like fruition and that dream that Vic had, and I know that you have, and all the trainers, to be able to grow and make this one big family. It's one of those things that just, now it's like the sky's the limit, right? So.
Yeah, and I think like with us, the biggest thing is just having, I find like now, especially with people wanting like more space in a facility. Not that I think people are like scared to be close to someone, but I think it's just more of the fact that there's more environment to be able to do different things and more things. And for us, it's just being able to essentially give something back to the community as well, because community has supported us, of course,
absolutely.
as well. So I think for us is just being able to have that space and build something that you don't see in the Fraser Valley. Like when we look at like space wise for gyms, there's not many gyms that have this much space and that are able to
does the stuff
provide.
we do.
Provide the things that we can. You know, you see more of a gym like this probably like in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Right. You don't usually
That
see.
does athlete development. That does all the stuff for personal training as well. Group fitness, high rocks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, made a lot of sense. And, you know, it's, I don't think anyone's going to complain about more stuff, right?
Yeah.
I got to ask a question. Why black? I know this is something I've always been chirping in the back saying we got to get a black gym.
Yeah. I think for us, we wanted to have like a little bit of a different look. I know Abbotsford is Abbotsford is very colorful. And I think as we progress through, again, we're not looking at this point to go to a different city quite yet. Obviously, this project was really big, but I think if we were to go to a different city and build another gym, it would also have its own little kind of
spin on it.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, it's really nice to have similarities, but also, you know, you can also know the difference between them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, like the mission. Yeah, the mission is. The Mission Gym is the fitness lab, but it's a little bit different than the Abbotsford Gym. But the Abbotsford Gym is also a fitness lab, right? So it's just having different, you know, variety in space. And I think we were just going for a different look, you know, with the black turf and all black, and maybe just a little bit more like simpler.
Monotone.
Yeah. Like it's just very just like, you know, you kind of see what you get, and that's why we kind of kept the colors as like grays and whites and blacks and tan and just kind of yeah. So just something that we wanted to obviously add and
the cool thing is summertime when these doors open up.
Yeah.
Right? You got like, it feels like we were talking about that one movie. I don't know what the movie is, but like you guys have probably seen those. What's that guy, Mark? What's his name?
Will Smith?
No, he's in the Transformers 4 movie. He's in Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
You know, there's that one movie where he's swollen. He's trying to.
Is it No Pain, No Gain? Is it the one with The Rock or something?
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called.
That one. It's that one.
Yeah.
And they're training in the garage, like because he got the cement here.
Isn't that the one based on a true story or something too?
I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't remember watching the movie. I don't even actually know if I watched the movie. I think I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
I got to rewatch that movie. But there's like that one, and you've probably seen all the different like those movies. I get those vibes here absolutely. So like when summer, we got the fans, which is gonna really help, as you guys know. Like we probably have all been in the all location and sweat like crazy there. So like having the fans here, like we tested this before of like how the ventilation is so much better now. But having that open, it's gonna be absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that's a little bit different too. I think with the Abbotsford and the Mission location, that's what I was saying about variety is, you know, you have something similar but different when you go to each location. And I think that just gives people the opportunity where they're not always going to one place and it's always the same. Yeah. It's like different environment, but you still get the style and you still get the quality of obviously what we provide. So, and you know, with Abbotsford, there are no windows. Like there's no like skylight windows.
Which
there's
I missed from our old Glavin location.
Yeah, but I think that also has its own little kick to it, right?
Exactly.
And it's you know, and I think at the end of the day, the cool thing about it with both locations is, like I said, they both have their own little like spin-offs and
different vibes.
Yeah, but
different
same
structure, but it's all intentional. And I think like it's to cut you off. Sorry to cut the biggest thing is like, when you get a membership, you can go to both locations.
Yeah.
So you can always play around and you can change the environment. And like we probably discussed this, I'm pretty sure in one episode about how your environment. I know for me personally, environment plays a bigger role. I like that you probably heard the quote, like the 5 people you hang around with, you end up being the 6th one like them, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're here in the gym and you have your community, you have your friends going and you're working out, it's going to just push you to become better. And I think that environment, having more space, more people can fit in, but yes, you don't feel like you're super tightly punched into each other. Like while you're doing your workouts, you have your space, you can breathe. But having more people that can enter, it's going to really help grow the community, which is a big thing. Help grow us as trainers. That's a huge thing. We get to build so many awesome connections with you guys, which is going to be awesome. And yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we were running into with the smaller space is just the availability to have more variety, but more options when it came to times for trainers. Like it was very challenging to navigate a schedule where you only had 2,000 square feet, but everyone wants to come in at a popular time, right? Popular times are usually, really early in the morning or like right after 4 o'clock, right? So those were the times that were really hard to navigate because, if you're going from 2,000 square feet, you got to really be diligent with timing and it gets a little bit squishy. But then you have 6,000 square feet. There's so much more variety and trainers have the availability and also clients to have more options as well. So,
and there's going to be more adherence too, because personally, if you're going to a new space, you're more excited, especially if you've got more stuff to do and with all the new equipment that we're getting and probably a lot more to come on the way. And
yeah, like honestly, we were very fortunate that a lot of the equipment that we have from the old location is still here and we're still able to use it. I think that's the nice thing about a private location is not that, community gyms are not good. Sometimes the equipment is abused. And not taken care of.
You got a good life. You're seeing your chest day and your chest pec decks all screwed up.
It's more just more probably overuse, but also to not that someone doesn't respect, but I think with a private community, a lot of people and a very close niche, a lot of people want to take care of things around here too. And I think at the end of the day, the nice thing is we are still going to keep growing with equipment and seeing what we can add, but honestly at this point we're pretty set with what we have in the aspect of what we've added to it. And again, like I said, the cool thing about the squat racks that we got, they have pulley machines, so adding like different like variety in class. I think it's you can only do a dumbbell row so many times until it kind of gets a little bit repetitive. Where now you can do cable rows, you can do lat pull downs, you can do single arm kneeling rows, like whatever you want to do, right?
If you're someone who's injured and you can't perform the one exercise, it gives you that option. And I think it's perfect because you can be an athlete, it kind of meets you at where you're at with your fitness goals. And that's a big thing. So you can feel comfortable, you can push yourself and always have that challenge to keep yourself going forward and make gains, right? That's what we're here for too. So and do you want to talk about anything about like, I know there's like open spaces and we're gonna do some private events and stuff like that. There's some stuff that's gonna be on the way too.
Yeah, I think like as we go through, we're just gonna try to, obviously, we've always been like part of the community mission. We've been here for 11 years. So it's not like we've been here for a short period of time. We just move locations. But as we go through, I think the biggest thing is just being able to, be part of communities, community events, but also to just having the opportunities to just, like I said, provide a value to a community where, like I said, there's so many businesses in Mission that have had to close. Right. So when you look at a lot of different businesses in Mission, there's a lot of dispensaries, there's a lot of liquor stores, and there's a lot of barbershops. Right. Like those are like the three big things in Mission. There's not like when you look at like the amount of people there are versus how many of those three and then they end up going to Abbotsford or Langley or Maple Ridge. Well, I just think it's just nice to have something different, right? Absolutely. There's not many availability to a gym like this in smaller towns. And we've seen it. Like I've had so many people that came from so many different cities. I've taught classes once that people from Vancouver came for just to try it out. So it's awesome. And I think the people can expect a lot of cool stuff if they're coaching, just being more focused on them, having a lot of good tailored coaching with all their personal trainers, more structure. I know the nutrition seminars is probably going to be something that we're going to be having quite a bit here too, to help you guys with that stuff as well. Planning some stuff in the New Year's and just having a different space and being able to have more room. And I think it's just there's a lot of possibilities here. And obviously we're still trying to navigate this and we're still trying to kind of go through it. And I think the biggest thing is going to be what we want to kind of build next when it comes to, we have some upstairs space as well, actually. That doesn't include the space I'd mentioned. So is there anything you want to close off with? No, I think like at the end of the day, if anyone wants to come by, try it out. We offer 2 free classes for any new member. We always do promos every quarter. So, if you're someone who just wants to do a punch pass route, but we also do memberships as well. Absolutely. And we build it off of like, the 2 free classes is because we want you to come try it out, come into the space, literally there's no like money that you have to put up front. There's no credit card, no nothing. Like there's nothing like that.
Absolutely.
Or you can do a 1 week unlimited. We also have that.
And if you have kids that want to do the youth camp, it's there.
Yeah, we have youth as well. We have
busy running around, so
well, and get home. Yeah, and the cool thing is we also offer all our classes that we offer are part of the Punch Pass or the membership, right? So a lot of places, like they might charge extra for like spin classes or they might charge extra for High Rocks classes. Like everything is just part of the schedule. So if you buy a Punch Pass, you can use any of the classes that you have.
And you have it on your app. You can just book through your app. Super easy, super convenient. And and I would say, I guess the mission stays the same for the most part. Help people grow those sustainable habits. Watch people on their journeys grow with them and be a part of the people, like, and the part of the community. And it's awesome. And
I think, and for myself, I think I'll just tell a little story just to end it off, but I've been with the Fitness Lab this will be my 9th year. So I started it when there was only the Stave or the Mission Stave location, and there was no Abbotsford. There was no all the other businesses that Vic has been able to build over those years. And it was cool just to be able to move to a different space after those 11 years and just see it's gone by quick, but it's also gone by like slow in a way. It's hard to explain, but there's kind of that happy medium.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of, we've always like envisioned having a bigger space, but it took us a while to get to that point, of course. Because there's also a lot of other businesses that were being built and modified and changed, and so there's been a lot of moving pieces. So it's been nice to be able to have this project finished in the aspect of the gym space. There's still more projects that we have to work here, but I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing for us is just to, keep providing and get new people in and show them that there's something available in Mission that not many other towns have. So, yeah.
Well, awesome, and I'll just say congrats to you and Vic.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
And guys, that's episode 70.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Milestone. A lot of milestones happening. So
I think like on that note too, not that I forgot it was episode 70, but just everyone, thanks for being along the journey. It's pretty crazy to see all the changes that have been made in every episode, because there's so many different environments we've been in. We've filmed in so many different places, but we're gonna eventually try to have a structured location where
a studio coming.
That's another announcement too. Like we're building a studio too, where we're gonna have availability to probably bring guests on and have them come into a more, I guess, podcasting like vibe, right?
Absolutely.
And it's cool to know that we're only 30 away from 100. So it's cool.
Well, guys, that's episode 70, and see you on the next one.
Thanks, everyone.
Peace.